Let's change the subject. You got a question for me, I hope?
In a situation like this, where there's nothing you can do, you're just snake bit, and that's just the end of it. What do you say to your girls when they give you everything? I mean, anyone that watched your game Sunday, there's no doubt they gave you everything they had. What do you say?
Well, I mean, it's hard, there's no question about it, but I just think, just keep believing, staying in the fight. We're right where we need to be. We're just a break away, a call away, a shot away. So, I don't know. I mean, the locker room is, they're fighting, they're battling. There's no question about it. And, I'm proud of the group. It's easy to kind of feel sorry for yourselves, but they certainly don't. And they're battling.
When you walk out and see that crowd, for
Yeah.
you, that was more them saying, hey, Suzy, we're waiting to do that. What's that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's two sides of that. I feel bad as a coach. I grew up in this state. This is my dream, and it certainly isn't the complete team that should be out there. I understand that, and I know they kind of get what's going on here, but you still feel as a coach, I think, especially, at least me, disappointed for them. But I also appreciate, their support and how they believe in this team and these girls. And, I'm just so thankful that, our fans at Michigan State believe in our program.
When you were playing, the way concussions were different a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, would somebody like Jasmine still play?
Yeah.
Would those tests even be there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're just in that mode now, with a lot of things, I suppose, in life. It's unfortunate. I was talking to Gary about that because Gary played, obviously, at Central Michigan. He was a captain on the football team there, and we were talking about that. I mean, we probably each had 4 or 5, and he was telling me about one where he was the defensive captain, and he turned to, look at the signal from the coach and defensive coach to whatever alignment they were going to be in, 4-3 or whether they're zone or man or whatever. And he said not only did he turn and he saw the sidelines going like that, but he turned to the wrong sideline and started running towards it, So they got him. He went out for a play, and he came back, and he played the rest of the game and never, so it's just a different time and a different situation. I mean, I think, in life you've gone through some of that. I remember, when the Magic Johnson thing happened, and I kind of shake my head a little bit about that too. It's like when that whole rule came in, the HIV rule and the blood and all that. But then you go to a hockey game and those guys are like bleeding all over the place in football. And they don't take out chunks of grass, So it's like, is it applicable to everything? I don't know. But I just know that, they're trying to be as cautious as they can and make sure she's okay. But, to ask me like back in the day, no. I mean, I probably have 4 or 5, I'm sure. I was a charge taker, so I couldn't shoot, so I had to defend. And that was the way I know I did it.
In the modern age, do you need more scholarships almost because of that? If you're going to have injuries that didn't exist 15 years ago, you need more bodies to replace them with?
Yeah, I mean, the ACL thing has been probably the most frustrating, more than this situation. I mean, this situation's frustrating too, but, I mean, I guess, there's not much you can do about it. But the ACL thing in the women's game has really, it's just devastated teams and programs. Brandy Agee's just starting to shoot. She went through shoot around, and my gosh, I just was like, I want to play her so bad. She's so good, and to see her too. I mean, I just had Madison up in my office talking to her, and to see that kid, she takes us to a Final Four, and to watch these kids struggle through that. And I've had a lot of them, but I think in the women's game, Rachel Banham, preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, blows her knee out. When we played Syracuse, and their best players waiting a little bit longer, Brittany Sykes, could have played in Florida when we played them. They decided they're going to wait till conference play after Christmas. 2 games into conference play, she blows her knee out again. So I think that's probably, the toughest pill to swallow in the women's game, more so. The men don't have that, I don't feel like they have that. Yeah, I don't really get it.
Save some for us, Graham.
There wasn't that many. Honestly, I think it's the focusing on one sport. These kids play and log a lot of minutes. They play a lot of games in AAU. They travel all over the country all summer. You know, the one thing that they always say, really, you know, just is rest and recovery are just as important of an athlete's progress as getting in the gym. And the problem is I think as coaches and everywhere, I don't know about you guys when you played growing up, but every coach told you got to get in the gym, you got to work harder, work ethic, get in the gym. So these kids get in the gym. Now they get in the gym to play game after game after game and running up and down and pounding, and you know they're tired. They got a lot more miles on them than they used to back in the day. You know, and I think you have stress reactions. You know, that's happened to us here in the feet and the knees.
Suzy, to face these circumstances that you really haven't seen before, have you learned something yourself as a coach facing something that most coaches just never have to experience like this?
Yeah, I just don't want to do it again. Yeah, I just think the biggest thing is, as always, is the coach and the leader that, you know, you stay the course, you know your people, you invest in the ones that you have, you keep communicating with them, you're showing film, you know, you just keep your nose to the grindstone and just work on what we can do to be the best we can be. I mean, we are, you know, we're right there, you know, just it's frustrating not to have the team that we know we can be. But I think the one thing I do know is that I think we are a dangerous team. I don't think people like having to play us. You know, Nebraska got out of here, and Iowa, you know, at Northwestern, we've battled a lot of stuff, and I just think it's a team that keeps taking hits and will punch back. So, you know, what I've learned is that I think, you know, we just got to stay the course and take the 7 kids that we have, manage them physically and mentally the best that we can, and put them in positions hopefully to be successful.
Having ultimately no numbers, I mean, are you spending more time watching film because you can't really practice and wear them out, can you, Suzy?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I worry about us going out there and warming up for 20 minutes, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It is hard to maybe make the progress that you want to make sometimes because you can't really go hard and live all the time because you're an ankle away, of a rolled ankle, elbow in the eye, a broken nose away from, you know, really being in trouble. So we do a lot more walkthrough, a lot of film work, a lot more mental stuff, some individual skill. We're trying to shoot the ball more, you know, and walk through some things, breakdown drills that are controlled, I guess, as best that we can. We can't predict everything. I mean, they still got to go out there and play the game. And, you know, I hope on game night we come out with 7, the same 7 we started with. Well, 8 now, I guess. We had a Kelsey, our volleyball girl, so 8.